All right. What's up, homies? Welcome back. We are at it again. And game 2 of the finals happened just 2 nights ago. And third quarter explosion by the Warriors evened up the series. And here's Jacob to give his first thoughts on it.
God, that was a unique intro, but no, I didn't hate it. Yeah,
That was a heck of an intro.
I know, pretty factual and geez, got right to it. But yeah, what is it? I'm trying to even figure out what day it is. But yeah, Sunday night, game 2 in San Francisco. Warriors took down the Celtics 107-88. And yeah, the third quarter outscored them by 21 in the third, which was most of the difference in the game, relatively speaking. I don't know. Big thing I noticed is just one guy who kind of came out of nowhere last game for the Celtics, Al Horford. He only had 2 points and 8 rebounds. He came back down to earth, and their chances of winning the title did kind of. But I mean, if they would have won that game, then it would have been. It's not like they won't win it because of that, but I think it just, everyone had to play great. You said that last time, and he didn't.
Right.
And they got beat pretty bad. So
yeah, the guys that stepped up last game, him and Derek White, both not really a huge factor in the second game, which was kind of more what you'd expect from those guys on the road. But coming back home for game 3, I could see those guys having better games, and you never really know what to expect when it goes back to Boston. So
yeah, exactly. I guess game 3 is big because you get to see which way the tide kind of turns, but I mean, I don't know. I almost think game 4 is more indicative of, like, if I were to change my prediction, I have to see like 4 games to know, is it going to be tied coming out of Boston? If it's not tied, I'll be kind of surprised. But
yeah, I agree with that. I think that, I think that it's going to be one of those series that just kind of goes back and forth. I see them splitting for sure the next 2. So I could see it just, splitting there, and then Warriors win, Celtics win, and then game 7. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's what I predicted. I was going to say eventually the Celtics kind of tire out, and maybe not even tire out, but they just can't overcome. But I mean, if you split those 2, if it's 2-2, then game 7 is a very good possibility. So,
well, one guy who didn't tire out was Jordan Poole in the third quarter, as he started to take the Celtics to the pool party, if you will.
You got to explain that for everyone at home. I could barely. Not bad. It was original. Summertime.
No, Jordan Poole. Most people are kind of familiar with him, but he's kind of the 6th man on the Warriors, kind of a young rising star. Sure. A lot of people think, and he kind of made his presence known in the finals. He had a couple big shots. Obviously, the shot at the end of the third quarter.
From half court, roughly.
Yeah, step back, half court jumper. No, pretty crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to make note of what he's doing because it was really good for Golden State to have him show up like that.
Yeah, well, Clay had like 11, and Poole had 17, so he definitely. Steph was kind of stuck,
and like almost all of those were in the third and fourth quarter too.
Yeah, we actually had just talked about him, I think, last episode. Maybe he hasn't been quite as good as he was earlier, but he may be streaky, but showing up again when they needed it. So big jump for him. I guess I don't know if we've talked about this, and this is just what they've told this story on a broadcast over and over, but pretty much during COVID, he contacted one of the Warrior assistants and just put in work while everyone was on kind of lockdown. And rather than, screw around or say, extra time off or whatever, he got a lot better. And
I'm going to jump in real quick. I love the way that the announcers say that. They say it as if like none of the other players are out there practicing. They're just like, yeah, Jordan Poole, the only player in the league to actually work during COVID. Everyone else was sitting around, which is far from the truth. But yeah, he did put in the extra work, and it is a good story. So,
well, no, the funny thing is why I mentioned that. I was like, he didn't take an extra break, and I was like in my head, I don't think anyone that's super serious and that's not some freak athlete that can just screw around.
Yeah.
There's a few I have in my head that are known to be less than maybe the most hard workers, but they're good enough where they can get away with it somewhat.
Yeah. One guy that I think of is, I guarantee Jimmy Butler wasn't laying on the couch eating donuts during COVID.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. And no, they do tell that story a lot, I guess. Well, because he got so much better. And
I like the
really
story.
improved.
I do like the story of him reaching out to the assistant and saying, hey, I need to get some extra work, wanting to step up his game, and it's paying off, obviously. So,
well, yeah. And it is worth noting that a lot of people put in a lot of work. And also it's good to see because I think out of college, and I don't know if this was the case with him necessarily, but I think a lot of players, and I can't even think where he was drafted. He wasn't drafted too high, I don't believe.
no, I think he was possibly well, the Warriors were pretty good when they picked him. So I'm saying either the end of the first round or
second.
for some reason I wanted to say it was like the start of the second round, but that wouldn't really make sense to me unless they traded their pick for something. I don't know. That's very possible that they did, but
yeah. Well, anyway, it's just because I think a lot of the guys come in and maybe they start immediately, but there's this expectation that once you get to the NBA, it's just and not everyone's like this, but I think a lot of the time guys are like, I'm really talented. It's on the team to play me, kind of like guys are putting in work, but I think there's some people that come in and kind of like, I'm really good on offense. The coach is going to see what I can do and put me in. And there's a good quote where it's like, instead of putting it on them to see it, you like force them to see your ability. And he kind of,
oh yeah, absolutely. It's a privilege to play in a league like that. And a lot of people don't really realize that. They just have been, the star player on every team they've been to. And then you go to a league full of stars and they expect the same thing, but you got to take your opportunity and that you do get and work hard and prove that you belong there. And I think Poole's for sure done that. And I mean, a bunch of other players too, but
yeah. And I like some of the stuff online with that shot he hit. There's two things. One was like, there's a picture of Steph where they're like, like he's his big brother or something, like proud of him.
Yeah. And then there's the other picture with Clay looking jealous in the background.
Yeah.
That one's hilarious, where Clay Thompson's looking at him and Steph celebrating like he's being forgotten.
Yeah, I like that meme with the guy and the girl and the guy staring at the other girl.
Yeah.
And
maybe if I'm just thinking, maybe if Clay wanted to not be like that, he shouldn't shoot 4 for 18.
Jeez. Leave the man alone. No, I can't.
Truth hurts.
I like it.
Hurts.
It does hurt. He has been struggling, but then he made some smart aleck remark, which I don't hate him for making, but it brought back some pain. Someone was asking him about kind of a shooting slump, and he's like, maybe said something like, unless this was like a fake parody account, but I don't think so.
Hopefully you didn't get what are the ball sacked by ball sacks.
Yeah, I don't think it was him. They were the first account that popped into my head. I don't think, but anyway, something about watching Game 6, like going to watch a YouTube video of that or something. Hopefully that wasn't fake, but people can figure it out for themselves. Yeah. There, and then there's another one where it was like, I think this is like complete BS, but someone was acting like he saw some women courtside and then he went off or something.
Yeah. I saw that video too.
Yeah, it was even hard to follow. Like I was like, okay, this is a bit of a stretch. Like usually they can do a better job with this. But anyway, enough of that.
I love that the video I saw, it said Jordan Poole saw some baddies on the sideline and turned into a menace.
That's right.
And all the comments are just flooded with, I watched the video 7 times and I didn't see any baddies.
Oh my.
Making fun. There's these 2 blonde girls, and apparently the comment section didn't find them as attractive as the original poster of the video. So
yeah, I
pretty much all of the comments were like, yeah, I didn't see any baddies, but
jeez.
yeah,
special place. I was gonna say baddies, and then I was like, nah, I won't. But yeah, that's the exact same video I saw today, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. But yeah, even series 1-1.
Yeah. One more thing I want to
Yeah.
point out about that game. One of the most physical games I've seen in the entire playoffs. In terms of Draymond,
Oh,
being a lead blocker, people saw that too. Blocks 3 guys downfield, and so I mean he was out there pushing guys. Horford shoved Wiggins. There was a lot of like shoving going on. And then just defensively, every time the Celtics got in the paint, they were just absolutely like smothered in Warriors defenders.
yeah, which is weird because I would think if you want a physical game, I don't think the Warriors win that game usually.
Well,
But
see, for me though, I think that it gives them a better chance because they're not going to be able to defend those guys underneath if they're not allowed to play physically.
okay.
You know what I mean? They're gonna get in foul trouble if they play that way. But if the game is physical and they're kind of letting them get away with it, sure, it might hurt the Warriors, offensively because the Celtics are a little, stronger or whatever. But defensively, I think it helped them out a lot because Green was able to body up Horford, and I mean, it shows in the box score 2 points. So
Yeah, do green-like activities on the court make a lot of
doing
fun.
doing some Draymond activities.
Yeah, love him or hate him, he
Modern day Rodman.
yeah, not a bad. I was actually thinking of something earlier today, and I was like, it's weird because he's so successful, but part of me, and I don't actually believe this, but I was actually going to come on here and say something like, if he would have graduated college recently, he would have been one of those guys who like doesn't even make the NBA and he goes to the NFL as like a practice squad tight end or something. I don't know why.
No, he's like Mo Alley Cox.
That's kind of and it's not even against him. I was just like, he reminds me of kind of that style that who was it?
I don't know if you knew this, but he did play tight end for Michigan State in college.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know how much. I don't think he actually played much, but he either was on the team and practiced as a walk-on for a while or something like that. Okay. I don't remember exactly, but he at one point was on the Michigan State football team.
Huh. Okay.
So
impressive.
You're not too far off, I guess.
Yeah, actually.
Maybe in another life or another set of circumstances, Draymond finds himself as the next Jimmy Graham.
Hey, well, I don't know about that, but yeah, we can.
Yeah, I was just naming another tight end that played basketball.
Did he? I didn't know that either.
He played basketball for Miami, and then he played.
Okay. Well, you would know. Great.
I would.
It must not have been good at the time, but at least he.
Eric Swope too. I don't know if you've heard of him. He played for the Colts tight end for a little bit. He wasn't, great, but he also played basketball for Miami.
I don't know. I find it so weird when they take these guys off the basketball court. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be tight end NFL. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Well, it's not seems to work out sometimes. So
yeah.
You get a big player like that that's, tall, athletic, good at rebounding, and they say, here, go rebound the football.
Yeah. I don't know. It strikes me very weird. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Then you start getting into the LeBron football debate that people always want to talk about.
Yeah, that's even the Durant, but then people in the comments
I watched LeBron go out there against 5'10" white guys and flop to the ground, and I'm like, I don't know about that, LeBron.
Wait, is there a video of him playing or what?
No, I'm talking about on the NBA basketball court.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't think they ever really did much.
No, I was talking about how he's on basketball and he's out there flopping with little tiny point guards guarding him.
He's Lakers got a new coach. Harmon.
Yeah.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Westbrook was there for the press conference while a reporter was asking him about Westbrook.
They want Westbrook. They want him bad.
The coach convinced me that he wants to keep him, but who knows? He's not going to say him out of here when he's in the room. So
Yeah, that'll be behind closed doors.
Stephen A talked about that today, but I don't know. Reddick and McCollum against Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen A was struggling a bit.
I saw that. They had the Pelicans, versus Stephen A. So
oh yeah.
Reddick was on the Pelicans last year.
Right. I don't know. I couldn't do that. That job, yeah, you make great money, but what's his face? Skip, but I don't think it was Skip Bayless. I think it was someone else saying, look at Draymond, he makes everyone better. And he was listing like Westbrook and someone else. They've made no better. I was like,
it was Coward. It was Colin Coward.
Yeah, I was thinking a white guy, but it wasn't Skip. I couldn't think. Okay. Yeah, Colin Coward. Yeah. You have to make outrageous takes and then try to defend them, and then
it's almost like it's just a game for them. It's like, what things can we say today to make the most people watch?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
get the most clicks on social media. Not the Hardwood Homies though. We're authentic, true to the brand.
You're wearing the brand.
Wearing the brand. Yeah.
That's smart. I don't know why I'm not wearing the brand. But anyway.
I wore it all day today.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Oh, cool. No, it's a good shirt. Bobcats hat, yeah. Almost a great outfit, but let's.
I had a tremendous tweet today for those of you that were interested.
Did I see this?
Well, you didn't like it if you did.
Okay, what? Repeat it.
It's fine. If you want to check it out, just look at Trenton DeRocher on Twitter.
You can't tease it.
I can tease it.
I don't know. Let me check real quick. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. That's a different. I don't. Yeah, I can't view it right now. Okay. Well, anyway, we were talking about tight ends a bit. You mentioned this last week in NFL.
Yeah. It's a good little segue there. So we're going to start on a little NFL talk. The Hardwood Homies are hitting the gridiron. Great idea for a title, by the way. Well, maybe not a title, but it's something like that, some sort of teaser.
This is an internal dialogue, like one of our staff meetings in front of the people. I like that.
Exactly. People like to know the thought process.
Exactly.
Anyways, we're going to do a little NFL predictions here. I had this idea, about a half hour ago. Anyways, we're going to go MVP, offensive and defensive players of the year. And then we're going to go Super Bowl champion, and then we're going to make a couple predictions on our team. Jacob obviously being the 49ers, and I myself being a sad, depressed Jaguars fan.
Yeah. Okay, I can give you unoriginal pick, but MVP Josh Allen.
Okay. I was gonna go Bills for actual Super Bowl champion.
Oh, really?
So I'm gonna leave Josh Allen out of MVP right now, and I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go Tom Brady. I think they might give it to him his last year.
I hope not, unless he puts on a real show. But
yeah, I don't know. They love Rodgers so much, but if he has an off year, I don't see how they don't give it to Brady.
Oh yeah, Rodgers has won a few times, and then he said today he's sticking with the Packers. He wants to retire, which last summer
I honestly think he might retire after this year too.
Really?
I would not be surprised. Just listening to that interview of him after he played in that golf, the match, Capital One.
Oh, yeah.
He just, I don't know. He sounded like he was really leaning towards retirement.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, last summer, this is a very cynical way to analyze it, but last summer he gave the vague thing where he didn't know where he would play or whatever. And then he used it to get a contract extension, and then they didn't have money to pay their best receiver. So I don't even know if he cares about winning Super Bowls or anything. So it is. Well, I don't know. I guess if you just like money, it's good for you. But
I do really like the Josh Allen pick, though.
Yeah, I like that pick too. I'm proud of myself. I don't think the rest of these picks are going to be good though. What offensive player of the year? What they
Offensive
award
player.
Allen? The same thing. I don't know.
It usually doesn't go to a quarterback, just to let you know.
Well, who was it? It was Cup this year.
Cooper Cup, yeah.
Doesn't go to a quarterback.
Not usually.
Okay.
Usually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got.
You got it.
Yeah, a guy named Debo Samuel. There we go.
Okay. You want to elaborate on it?
Yeah, I'll explain who that is. People are probably like, what? Receiver 49ers. He wanted to be traded from our team. I think he never said. He always said people were like making up why, but he never explained why he wanted to be traded. But anyway, it looks like we'll get a deal done with him to extend him. Really good receiver, plays like they call him a wide back because he was taking naps at running back with Garoppolo, and he'll have Lance in there who's I think he's impressing people. So I'm just gonna go with Debo. He already had a great season. Maybe it's a risky pick, but I mean he's on people's radar now. So I think that's half of getting these awards. You have to be known. If you break out, I don't think you usually get picked that year. So
yeah. I'm actually gonna decide here between a couple of LSU receivers. I'm either thinking Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. And I think I'm going to go Jamar Chase just because I trust his quarterback more, even though I do think Justin Jefferson is very capable of having a ridiculous year next year.
No, I like that pick, actually. Where is that one of those awards where you can see like the place people came in, or probably not?
I don't know, actually, for sure.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this. I'm just kind of winging it. We needed some we were going to do some NFL content, and I felt like this was a decent idea. So
yeah, for sure.
More guys I could see. I mean, obviously Devontae Adams in a pass heavy Raiders offense possibly could in just a high octane offense, I guess, could put up some crazy numbers.
And who was defensive player of the year last year? Because I have my pick, but it might be.
Was it Micah Parsons, or was it? That doesn't sound right. I don't know.
Let me look it up.
I don't think he was. It might have been. Wasn't Aaron Donald? Was it?
I don't believe so. He just got a deal, 2 years, $60 million, or is it? Maybe that's not official yet. I don't know.
Michael Parsons is defensive rookie of the year.
It's who I was gonna pick for this next year, TJ Watt.
Oh, that's right, TJ Watt.
Okay.
Is he gonna go back to back?
Oh, I'm not gonna pick another guy from the 49ers. That's probably a better pick. Picking both. No, actually, I don't think it is. I don't think for some reason he doesn't really get the credit I think he should. So yeah, I'm not gonna stick with the pick. I mean, Watt. How many sacks did he have? Like 18? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever the NFL record is.
Yeah, and because of that extra game, but he was injured too, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll stick with him. I just know about him because he's ahead of Bosa. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna cop out and go Micah Parsons. I think that's kind of pretty obvious choice, but given how good he was last year playing all over the field, I don't see any reason why he couldn't have a similar year and win it. So a lot of people thought he should have won it last year, but TJ Watt obviously was ridiculous too, record for sacks. So it's hard to not give it to that guy, but
yeah,
pretty interesting.
That's a tough award. I mean, they all are, but I feel like some are you have a lot better players at the top than
well, it's also really hard to judge because there's some corners that are so good, but like they never really have the numbers that it's going to be like you're a defensive player of the year. I mean, you got to have ridiculous interceptions, all that stuff. So
yeah, you could get a pick every game, and that's still statistically speaking, unless you're getting like, I don't know, some sacks if you're running some weird package or something.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's just
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, defensive ends usually, get some
yeah.
drop.
Yeah, it's usually a defensive lineman, but
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what else were you saying?
well, I picked the Bills for the Super Bowl champion.
Give me a sec here. Let me.
I don't know how much I like that because the AFC is so good next year that it's hard to pick someone.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
the NFC is going to be kind of wide open, I feel like, next year.
yeah, I'd agree. Well, the Rams, but after them, probably.
Exactly. Yeah. I think the Rams are kind of the clear cut favorite. And then everyone else is just so even that if it's not the Rams, could be a lot of teams.
It's kind of like when the Patriots were running through the AFC, I feel. In a way, I don't know. They're not that level close, but yeah. I just have the team. Oh yeah, this is a weird pick. Got some good. Yeah, we talked about it. Devontae Adams. Carr had a really good year. Yeah, let's go Raiders. I don't.
Oh,
let's go Raiders.
Wow, that's crazy.
I don't really want to see it happen. I don't hate them either, even if they're. But you know what? They're kind of like the Bengals without the youth, but like I don't know, kind of coming out of nowhere. Decent year this year, pretty good.
Yeah, they've got youth. Their youth are just in prison.
God, every time. Wait, they have who? Alex Crosby? Am I butchering his name? He's on the defense. Max Crosby, yeah, he was one of the better defenders.
Oh yeah, he's really good. And who did they just get? Chandler Jones, maybe.
They
just got another veteran NFL defensive kind of stud, but I don't remember who it was. The Raiders. I mean, I like the pick. Certainly bold, but it could happen.
Yeah, it definitely is.
The AFC West is going to be absolutely ridiculous this next year. Sure. Look at this. You've got the Raiders, we just said are going to be good. The Chiefs, obviously pretty good. Chargers,
they're falling off a bit.
Yeah, right. They'll still be good.
Oh yeah.
And then you've got the Chargers, who should be by all looks of things should be really good. Herbert. And then you've got the Broncos team that's got Russell Wilson coming in, and I don't know what to expect from them. They've got really good receivers, and then now they've got a pretty good quarterback to throw to them. Yeah. There's not really all the teams are pretty good in that division.
I think if one goes, the Chargers kind of fall off, but they're good as well. So yeah, it will. Well, the Broncos, how do they do? Wilson's great, but yeah, no, that is a good point. I don't know. Should be in the AFC, like you said, is just kind of crazy. Even if you just look at one division like that, you have a number of teams.
And then that's leaving out the Ravens with Jackson coming back, the Bengals with Burrow again. Even the Patriots, who had a pretty good year last year with a rookie quarterback, he might be better.
Mac Jones in the best shape of his life, supposedly. So
who knows? And then obviously the Bills, like we said. I mean, the AFC is just going to be crazy loaded next year.
Good. Let them fight to play 49ers or something in a dream world.
Trey Lance for MVP.
You know what? Yeah. Wish the guy nothing but the best. The hopes of the city rest on his shoulders.
A lot of pressure. The pressure of San Francisco media.
Okay.
The next Steve Young, they're saying.
Really? Who's saying that?
No, I'm saying that.
Oh yeah. You know what? People hated Jimmy G, like his play. I'm not gonna pretend people hated the guy. They didn't. But I mean, he has a lot of pressure, but I don't think he'll be a flop by any means. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. His arm talent is off the charts, ridiculous.
That was just a taste of
what Trey will be doing this year.
My arm talent. But last thing, we have like just a few minutes here due to some nice Zoom limitations. Mr. Deshaun Watson.
Oh boy.
This is like a terrible way to end a complex topic on, but let's just briefly skim the surface here. So
66.
Yeah, you can go.
66 self-proclaimed masseuses went to Mr. Watson's home.
Well,
and
not exact. Well,
okay, you explain. You seem to know the stuff better.
Well, I don't know it great. Okay, yeah, no, you're right on the number. It doesn't matter. You have the main idea. So this guy, women were accusing him of like, it's kind of self-proclaimed. Not all of them were professional masseuses, but him scheduling appointments and then sexual misconduct allegations. But in March, 2 grand juries on some of those claims said they couldn't even bring charges, which is usually a sign that they're, grand juries, some people say they'll charge like, I don't know the saying, like a ham sandwich. Like it's easy to get them to want to charge people, but they didn't charge him. And then it looked like, oh, he's great. You got a
Well, the grand jury just decides if it's even going to go to trial, right?
Exactly. Like, can they bring charges? But exactly. Then Cleveland said, oh, we want a great quarterback or a guy who was great before he sat out a year. So we'll give him $230 million. Not everyone was happy about that, obviously, because not everyone thinks he's completely innocent. And then New York Times story today, over 17 months, he had at least 66 women in these situations where they were masseuses or self-proclaimed, and the Texans helped arrange some of the locations. He had met these women, and in one case,
it said the Texans had them sign some sort of form and stuff too.
Well, in at least one case, I haven't had a chance to read the whole article, I'll admit, but non-disclosure agreements, which is usually, I view it as sort of sketchy.
Suspicious.
And sometimes it's for like intellectual property, but in that case, I don't know why you would be signing it. But I think I read there was one instance where they had given that, or they'd been involved. The team was involved with like giving someone who said she was going to expose him online, like providing a form for that situation, that dilemma, I guess. So yeah, he's in hot water, but he's got a new contract. The NFL's investigating, but they penalize more people for gambling than domestic violence.
So yeah.
Take it home. We don't have much time. Sorry, I
that's
ran.
That's a good way to end it. Just bash the NFL. Goodell has no idea what he's doing. Okay.
That was a good way to end it. Yeah. Jacob's rant. That wasn't even New York Times article. Look it up. I'm pretty much paraphrasing off that. My opinion, I don't know. I don't think you give him $230 million.
My opinion, I don't know.
You don't give him that much money, but there's no but about it. I